we can hear about spiritual life from the book Amritavani of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada got the questions. How does one's propensity for material enjoyment diminish? The material existence is like a well covered by grass. It is difficult to get out of such a well if one should fall into it. No one can deliver himself from material existence without the Lord's mercy. As soon as we forget that we are Krishna's servants, we begin to serve Maya. Service to Krishna is called devotional service, and the desire for material enjoyment is called non-devotional service. The only way to give up non-devotional desire is to hear Krishna Katha from the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas with surrender, honest inquiry, and a service attitude. Thus one's material propensities will be destroyed and one will begin to taste Krishna's name. So it's another question. Is it necessary to worship Hari after having taken birth in a human body? Srila Prabhupada says, by good fortune and the Lord's mercy, we have been given a human birth. The human form of life is extremely rare, and there is no guarantee that in our next life we will again become humans. By some misfortune we may become a ghost, witch or hobgoblin, animal, bird or insect. It is not possible to worship Hari in those species. Therefore we should not use whatever time we have left in our present body for pointless activities. So life is temporary. Still human life can award spiritual salvation. Therefore, as long as we are alive, we should quickly earn our spiritual perfection. Human beings proudly consider themselves brahmanas, kshatriyas, vaishyas or shudras, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha or sannyasis. Those who are intelligent, however, should not claim their false identities. We are simply the Lord's servants. We are not products of this world. To consider the body, the self, is an illusion. Mahaprabhu said, Jivana Svabhav Krishnatas Abhiman Nihe Atma Yane Ajadita Sayyana, from Chaitanya Charitamrita. The original nature of every living entity is to consider himself the done servant of Krishna. But under the influence of Maya, he thinks himself to be the body, and thus his original consciousness is covered. Hari's holy name does not appear on the tongue of persons puffed up with the false ego of material proprietorship. We are eternally conditioned souls. To our forgetfulness of Krishna, we have fallen into illusion. Now we have no alternative but to give up our false ego and take complete shelter at the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. Elephants think themselves elephants and dogs, dogs. But humans should not think like this. Rather, they should be proud of their real identity. Sri Mahaprabhu said, Jivara Swarubhai Krishnera Nityatas. And this, the living entity's constitutional position, to be an eternal servant of Krishna. Lord Hari is situated in every atom, and he attracts fools and the learned alike. Only those who have no desire for material enjoyment, for becoming a master, no desire to command respect as sadhus, are qualified to hear his instructions. Those who are attached to something so insignificant as their own bride, however, will not hear the Lord's call. Still, such persons should know that death is inevitable. Adyavaptva shatam deva mrityu vai pranimam dhruva. Either today or in 100 years, every living entity must die. We are cognizant, but if despite our cognizance we did not approach the Lord's devotee and hear their instructions attentively, ruination is inevitable. There is no chance to worship Hari in any form of life other than the human form. Therefore we should engage in Hari Bhajan until we die by giving up all other engagements. That's the only way we can attain the ultimate goal of life. So everyone in this world is ready to ruin us. In this land of no friendship, our so-called relatives are unfavorable for our devotion or service. We therefore have no alternative but to take shelter of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are our actual relatives. We do not need to do anything for anyone. Just serve the Lord's devotees along with others. Let everyone serve the Lord with his or her knowledge, intelligence, academic qualifications, physical strength, wealth and expertise. The more we delay doing so, the more trouble we will find ourselves in. People who follow non-Vaishnava religious principles cannot attain auspiciousness. All auspiciousness is held in the hand of those who take shelter at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava. The non-Vaishnavas are decorated only with the garlands of birth and pet. Persons attached to Hari Bhajan no longer enter the womb of mothers. What to speak of Vaishnavas? Even those who have the opportunity to see the lotus feet of an extraordinary Vaishnava will not take birth again. Yeah, any question on this? Oh. Is something wrong? Oh. Oh, good. Everything clear? Everything clear?
Is there like a certain way that we have to interpret this when we see the feet of an extraordinary Vaishnava? Is this like, or is it, can we take it?
Should we take?
Literally, like is it, or like with a definition, or can you say something more about this?
To meet a pure Vaishnava, a real Vaishnava, we will not control. And we will also not feel in the first moment. Or something different. But by His mercy it's possible that something is awakened in us that makes us, may us attract or may us inspire to know more about it. This may be one way, but we should not think only physical. Pure Vaishnava is not seen by our eyes, by these eyes we have. These eyes you cannot see. But He can see you, not your external body. But He can see inside. Is your heart soft? Or is it stone? Is your capacity from the past lives is it possible for you to understand more? Then He will, according to this. But this is, we are not checking, because our senses, our eyes, they are only looking outside. They are not able to see the spiritual. We cannot see Vaishnava or judge it by the external appearance. But some difference we may see. So many have seen my Gurudev or Prabhupada or these pure devotees. Even he initiated so many. But very few have really understood, really got their mercy. So Guru knows who is who, and he will, when our heart is pure and sincere, as we heard also here, then he will cultivate, he will help us personally. He will be with us. And if not, then this is our decision, you know. Basically, it is an exchange between the Vaishnava and the conditioned soul. So he helping us all the time. So and he is teaching us in this way, and we are become conscious. Yes, yes. He is my master. He will. If I don't commit mistake, to serious mistakes, then he will cultivate us. Very important. We can never understand anything about the spiritual personalities if we are arrogant or running for external things, name, fame, profit, or the attitude. Then we will not get so much, but still some spiritual life starts. Even if you have seen it, in the next life you will remember this, because he did not communicate with the body. He communicates with me or with you, and who are you? This we have to realize first. I am servant of the Lord. I am a spirit soul. I am eternal. I cannot die. So he's dealing with disciple like this, on this level. Some may understand, some may not. Some have to come again. But as Prabhupada here says, even those who have the opportunity to see the lotus feet of an extraordinary Vaishnava will not take birth again. But we should not think that when we see his lotus feet with his eyes, that so many have seen our Gurudevs. Our Gurudev went to the Twin Towers in New York. So many saw him there. Then after 2 weeks or something like this, the whole building was falling apart. They blew it up. We do not know. Krishna, we have to develop spiritual eyes. This is important thing. We have to not judge things on the external plane. Then we will not be able to. So many have seen Gurudev, but it doesn't mean they go, they will not go take birth again. But they will start something will be there. So what is the difference between the words of a sadhaka and the words of a person who has achieved perfection? To express one's own realization or distress is easier than pleading the realization or distress of others. A person who can plead his own case can speak without duplicity, whereas those who are advocating on behalf of someone else may not have the same power. That is the difference between a sadhaka and a siddha. You can follow this? Now, the important point is a person who can plead his own case can speak without duplicity. That means he is not seeing the wrong on the other side. He sees it in him. So he has to correct himself first. Then he can speak without duplicity. Whereas those who are advocating on behalf of someone else may not have the same power. So the man means he's realized, and the other one is repeating without realization, or just presenting. May not have the same power that someone who has realized. So is it proper to touch a sannyasi's feet? Srila Prabhupada was very strict in these things. One should not touch the lotus feet of a saintly person or a sannyasi with his enjoyment-prone body or sinful body. If the saintly person becomes displeased as a result of our touching his lotus feet, then it will certainly create inner Sannyasi devotees do not like people touching their feet. It has currently become a fashion, a disease, to touch the lotus feet of Guru and Sadhu. We should pay close attention to whether the spiritual master and Krishna are being pleased by each one of our actions. If we do not do so, then we will dig our own grave. So let me tell those who, under the control of their emotions, attempt to touch the feet of sannyasis like me. In the language of my spiritual master, their hands to take dust from the feet of the saintly persons. Is such boldness proper? What qualification do they have? What right? An attached householder who has no real interest in serving the saint is certainly unjustified in touching his lotus feet. One another obeisances from a distance. If an attached householder forcibly tries to touch the saint's feet, it means his mind is attracted to gross matter. That will cause him more harm than good. Those who desire fortune should carefully refrain from committing such offensive activities. This was how Prabhupada did. Unfortunately, The thing is, if it is told here, an attached household forcibly tries to touch the saint's feet, it means his mind is attracted to gross matter. That will cause him more harm than good. Because what is the touching the feet of a pure devotee? All your mentality of enjoying, of getting it, you want to, you touch his feet, he has to digest. Yeah, forcibly is especially, yeah. Forcibly tries to touch the saint's feet, yeah. It means his mind is attracted to gross matter. You can touch the lotus feet from far away also, in your heart. We must, this inside. He will see, you should not think that he does not recognize this. He sees what is going inside and what is going outside. So this is not fortunate for those who have material, who are entangled in this world and full of attached to the external world. They should not forcibly go. I have seen this, that some sannyasis sitting the whole day only there, many guests coming, going, and touching their feet. And they are, this was not Prabhupada's mood. This, they do it, of course, they get bakshish. They get some money for this. So, anyway, it's another. This is everything is possible in this world. How should we see sense gratification? We should accept as much sense gratification as is necessary to keep body and soul together. We should not live in luxury. At the same time, we should not unnecessarily trouble the body so that it dies. We should lead our lives in a way that is favorable for cultivating Krishna consciousness. So that Srila Prabhupada says, these householders, or we should not, it is not necessary. We should accept kind of sense gratification, what is needed. Artificially we cannot renounce these things. So it is more healthy if you go on and you realize sincerely, you realize step by step what is harming you, you will know. Then one gets purified, the result activities will shown to us. Very immediately, almost. So there's no way to attain perfection if we don't serve the transcendental sound vibration. Therefore the Vedanta Sutta states, Anavriti Shabdat. One becomes liberated by sound. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is when we can chant and hear, and when we see that Krishna is not different from Krishna, Nami, then our mind becomes clear and our heart becomes soft. Simply by glorifying the Lord, he is satisfied. The mass of people cannot find their real welfare, either collectively or individually, by satisfying their senses. The body should be maintained only for the Lord's service. What is the use of maintaining a body simply for gratifying its senses? This will result only in one's going to hell. Maintaining the body means accepting as much material enjoyment as necessary to be able to serve the Lord. Hari. We should neither take neither more nor less than that. A devotee is not in favor of giving respect to others unless they are directed to Krishna. However, knowing that Krishna is situated in the hearts of all living entities as the Super Soul, devotees give respect to all living entities, including the demigods, and humans as servants of the Supreme Lord. Srimad Mahaprabhu states in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Uttama Abhimana Jiva Samana Divyajani Krishna Adhisthana. Although that person, he is prideless and gives all respect to everyone, knowing everyone to be the resting place of Krishna. So every person or every who takes part in this world, Krishna is present in his heart also as the Super Soul. Even in the mosquitoes or in the bees or elephants, in the trees. So in this way, when we see like this, then we are becoming our understanding, our realization will increase. And we will realize, yes, when you speak with the body, you see so many faults, or you criticize. But if you speak with the Super Soul who is in every living being, if you see this in every living being, even in a dog, cow, then you really see that we all belong, that we are all on the same level. We have different bodies according to our past activities, but the Lord is not accepting bodies. He is always pure. He is always there as a witness. sitting in our heart. When Maharaj, what is the name? Charikanta, yeah. He was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. He is not chanting. There were lions, there were tigers, there were elephants, there were snakes, all animals. They were attracted because he was not changing to the bodies, he is sitting in their heart, and they started chanting also. All the animals, they could see, yes, we are all spirits. So this moment, they start chanting, and everything become harmonious and peaceful. This servant, Balabhadra, I think was with him. He was astounded. How is it possible that the deers and the tigers play together and chanting? Of course, he did not chanting like but in the inside. Fortunate souls. Oh, Krishna. Anything more to say? This service is to please the Lord. So if we get a certain duty on the order of our spiritual master, and we try the best to do this, this is service. If we speculate on our own, then this is not service. This is, we are moving in the material world. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Gurudeva ki Jai. Nittai Gaura Premanandi Manchakalpatarubhyas Padidam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.